My skin is looking flawless. Like, I have no speck of flaws on my face. And guys, I skipped my concealer step. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm doing a foundation review. I'm reviewing a drugstore product. So as you guys know, I do a lot of tutorials using the Catrice line of makeup. They just recently, I don't know if it was recently, but it is one of their newer products. They just came out with their Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. So before you guys say anything, you guys know that I am an oily skin girl. So why am I trying out a hydrating foundation? If you guys watched the video, so obviously continue watching, I will explain to you what brought me to pick up this foundation to review. So this is pretty much the finishing look of this foundation and just using all of my other products along with the foundation. To be honest guys, I'm not mad at it. I love how everything came out. So if you guys are interested in how I achieved this look and just my reviews and commentary on this foundation, then just continue to watch. Alright sis, so we are up close and personal today. I haven't done anything to my skin yet. I've only done my skincare. I've only applied my Palmer's Skin Therapy Oil and did my brows off camera. So we are going to pretty much start off with bare skin. Let me just point out guys, do you guys see my skin? My skin is flourishing. Go back to like 3-4 videos ago and you guys are gonna see the results of my face, like how it used to be compared to now. And I'm gonna be mentioning this in like literally all my videos. I'm almost done. Like it's a little bit under half right now, but it's been doing wonders guys. My face feels super smooth. My dark spots are gone. Well, they're not completely gone, but they are obviously diminishing. So anyways, we're gonna start off with priming our face. I'm gonna take the Catrice Pore Minimizing Serum first. It's not a primer, but it is a serum, and it's just pretty much going to minimize my pores. So I like to focus this on my nose. I feel like my pores here are always visible, so I'm just gonna focus this here on my nose, and then I'm gonna put some on my forehead as well. This foundation is pretty much a hydrating foundation, but I was reading the back of it and let me just read it to you. So it says, true skin but better. Hydrating foundation with hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil leaves a perfectly even skin tone and natural matte finish. When I read matte finish, I was like, because at first I wasn't gonna pick this up. It's a hydrating foundation, but the back said in the description that it will give you a natural matte finish. So it's a medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling, and it's dermatologically approved. So that is why we are here today guys, to review this interesting foundation. It's hydrating yet it's mattifying. So I'm a big drugstore girl. I like to review drugstore products. I'm going to be reviewing a lot more drugstore products on my channel. If you guys have any recommendations, leave it in the comments section below. But yeah, so we're going to go in with primer now. I'm going to actually stick to the Catrice line. I'm going to prime my skin with the Keep Me Matte primer, and this is just going to pretty much keep me matte in my T-zone. So I'm just going to apply it to my forehead. And I will be looking this way just because my mirror is over here, but I'm just gonna pretty much focus this in my T-zone. I've already applied the serum to my T-zone. So this is just going to pretty much give us the precautions. This is hydrating, so I may do like even an additional step because I honestly don't know how this foundation is going to last on my skin throughout the day. So I am gonna go in with some powder. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep, and I'm pretty much gonna put this in my T-zone. I'm not gonna put it all over my face. I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender and just kind of dab this in my T-zone. And this is pretty much going to prep my skin before I apply that foundation. And I'm not gonna do my regular concealing step or anything. I just wanna see like the coverage of this foundation. So I'm gonna apply the foundation using my sponge on one side and my foundation brush on the other, just to show you guys the coverage. I haven't told you guys what shade I'm in. Well, I don't know if it's my shade, but it was the closest match to what I think I would be. So this is in Warm Spices. And I'm gonna apply some to the back of my hand. This is what it looks like. It's very runny. As you guys could see, it's literally running down. It's not a thick consistency. I don't really consider hydrating foundations to be of a thick consistency. They're usually very runny. So I am gonna do this side first with my foundation brush, and I'm just gonna work in sections. This is very orange. Let's see how it comes out. It's very pigmented, super pigmented. I'm loving the coverage on it though. So that's what it's looking like right now, guys. I am not mad at it. I'm not mad at the color either. As you guys could see, it's pretty much matching my complexion. So this is the side that I haven't done yet. This is the side with the foundation. I haven't, what was I gonna say? I only dipped like a little bit. I haven't used much of it, and it already like gave me such a flawless finish. So you really don't need much of this. Like I said, it's very pigmented. It definitely gives a nice soft matte finish, but there's still like a little bit of sheen to it, if that makes any sense. So I've used a hydrating foundation before, and usually I get that kind of like oily look to my face, but here it's like a nice soft matte finish, but it still looks glowy, if that makes any sense to you guys. Like, I'm not getting any vibes of this being like an oily foundation. Like, it literally has like a nice soft matte finish, which is perfect. So this is pretty much it with my brush. So I'm gonna do the other side with my sponge, and I'm just gonna use the butt end and pretty much dub it in. See, with the sponge, look, it's pretty much done, and I pretty much need to add more. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard me say that using a sponge really soaks up a lot of the product. It really does. Okay, so this is pretty much how it is looking. The coverage is, honestly, it's like a medium coverage. I still see a tiny bit of my imperfections, not much. It does give like a natural, flawless finish. So in terms of the coverage, obviously this side is a bit more natural. It has a more of a natural finish. I could still see my imperfections peeping through, whereas this side, it gave me a more full coverage. I don't see much of my imperfections peeping through. The coverage, I would say, is pretty much like an 8 out of 10. You guys know me, I usually go in with my concealer and then my foundation, but with this foundation, I don't feel I need to do that step. But pretty much, I'm actually really liking this foundation. Like I said, guys, when I picked it up, because of it saying hydrating foundation and hyaluronic acid in it, I wasn't too sure if I should, you know, do a review on this, but me reading the back and saying that it says a matte finish is what really drove me to do a review for this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue my face. I take my Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Caramel Beige. And I am gonna mix this. I'm not gonna use it alone just because it's not a yellow toned concealer. This is more like pinky, and my undertones are yellow. So I am gonna mix it with my LA Girl concealer in Fawn. So I'm just gonna blend it out with my sponge here. So all the products that I use blend perfectly with this foundation. As you guys can see the finish, my skin is looking flawless. Like, I have no speck of flaws on my face. And guys, I skipped my concealer step. That's a miracle. I'm gonna take my CoverGirl True Blend finishing powder. This is in the banana shade, and just set all of my highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and contour with my NYX contour palette. You guys pretty much know this step, so I'm gonna speed it up. Alright guys, so I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to do a bit of eyeshadow off camera. I'm going to use my Catrice Basic Bay eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to do much. I'm probably just going to do just a one brown eyeshadow in my crease, probably this one. Apply my lashes, and then I'll be back to just kind of finish up the review. I'm actually really loving how everything is coming together, how all the products are working together. So I'll come back and just finish up the video and just my thoughts all together on this. Alright, so this is pretty much the finishing product. I honestly love how everything came out. I love the foundation. I love the products, how they worked with the foundation. I love the finishing product. I like that I haven't sprayed my face yet, guys, so I like that my face looks matte. So although it is a hydrating foundation with hyaluronic acid, it does give me a nice matte finish. So I am gonna see how it just works throughout the day if I find myself getting oily in my T-zone. As you guys saw, I did apply my powders first. I used a mattifying primer. I applied the powder first, and pretty much just ensured that I was protected while using this product. So we're gonna see pretty much the finishing product after a few hours of wearing this. So I'll be back to show you guys what my face looks like about, let's just say, 5 hours later. So I will be back. All right, sis, so I am back. This is after a few hours of wearing this foundation. So let me zoom you guys in. Okay, so let's take a look at my face. So as you guys can see, smile lines have always been a thing with me. So you are seeing like my smile lines come in. There is a bit of oil, right? You guys could see it for yourself. There is oil on my nose. My nose will always be, you know, that part of my face that gets oily first. If you look at my forehead, it's a bit shiny. I feel like this is after just a few hours, guys, and I'm already getting oil. As you guys could see, I just kind of scraped off a whole bunch of oil. So right here on my face is still matte. I don't see any shine or anything here. My cheeks is okay. That's the glow right there, so that doesn't count. I would say literally my T-zone. My T-zone is where I get oily. My nose is pretty much looking like the only place that's kind of like that oil is just, you know, it can't be tamed, which is understandable. But other than that, I think it's doing pretty well. I feel if I were to have this on a little bit longer though, it will get even worse than how it is now. But altogether, I'm not mad at this foundation. It being a hydrating foundation, for sure it is, because It didn't even feel like I had anything on my skin. Like, it felt very hydrating throughout the day. My face didn't feel tight or anything. It felt very hydrating. So yeah, I would still give this foundation like an 8 out of 10. It's really good. I will recommend it for those of you who are, you know, combination oily skin like me as well, because it is still a mattifying foundation. It's not solely hydrating. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this review. Let me zoom back out. My face is scaring me. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I love doing reviews, especially foundations. Let me know any foundations, drugstore or even high-end, that you want me to review, and I will start doing that on my channel. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.